know yourself, you know your Father God Allah. That's right there. That probably gave us a key to go look within yourself to understand Allah. Because if you know Allah is in the heart.
Islam.
People ain't none of that looking towards the sky, waiting for this one to drop out, waiting for the heavens to open up and bright light gonna come and save us. We gotta look within ourselves and do that. That's what the prophet did when he came down. When he came to us, he opened us up. Let us know we Asiatics, and he took us out of the level that we was at, and he uplifted us. But and one of the things that we're able to do that because of this melanin that's within us.
Islam.
Now, of course, again, we went into a little bit of the pineal gland, because, of course, they say that that's like the window or our third eye, which a lot of people refer to it. This, of course, secretes melanin. But now, due to our conditions and even our food and things like that, whatever, it slows down our melanin production. So now, right there, like I said, this is a chemical warfare going on with us. That's why you gotta understand, like the Food and Drug Administration. These people are studying us down to our very atoms. They studying us down to the melanin. They studying us. Cause that's why I mentioned before. In 1946, they had an international meeting of scientists to try to see what's going on with this melanin. But they was calling it pigment at the time. But they understand now it's melanin. And that was in 1946, and they had many since then. And that's why now even fast forward by studying this, that opened the doors to so many other things. Now, of course, I went into because when we outside, especially like now in summertime, when you outside, just when the sun rays hit me, whatever, you actually charging up the melanin in your body. You're absorbing it, of course, not only through your skin but through your eyes, and it goes to your pineal gland, and that right there, that stimulates the production of melanin. That's why if you go out, you take a child out of they don't get enough sunlight. That's actually damaging them as they become an adult. Melanin captures energy, light from the sun, even some artificial light bulbs, and vibrational sounds from your stereo causes melanin to be black in color. Light leaves the sun in the form of energy particle, travels until it contacts the melanin in your skin, where it is absorbed by melanin. Like a battery, when sunlight connects with the positive pole, it would increase the charge of melanin in the body's metabolism and memory process. The same with the right type of music. On a molecular level, the melanin particles called electrons, protons, neutrons rearrange the orbits. And this is what they call a renaissance. The melanin particles vibrate and rearrange themselves to feel weak. So wherever it is, like the melanin, when it starts to break down or whatever, like your cells start to break down, the melanin comes in and builds it back up. Of course, that old saying, good black don't crack.
Islam.
Because that's that melanin in us. That's why, like I said, we could be in our 50s and 60s, yet look like a 30-year-old, 40-year-old. And then you got some people who be in their 30s and they look like they 70. That's because that lack of melanin that's in them. But yeah, we go in a little bit. Of course, as we go through all the reading books and all this and that. Of course, one thing that put me onto this, whatever, of course, was the prophet said, he asked us, where's the shade of our skin? It's olive. So, of course, people think, like, what do you mean, green and all this and that? But olive comes in many different shades. So, of course, one end of the spectrum is black. So, of course, so that made me go into this, get more into the melanin some. But what I was saying, with the lack of sunlight, just come across something, I want to find something. Even when children are deprived of sunlight, it can cause physical and emotional problems. So we all know, we old enough, whatever, you was young and running around, your parents were like, go outside. That's actually a benefit to us. Of course, sometimes you may get into some situation or whatever, but you had your mind stimulated. You wasn't just sitting there in front of a computer or in front of your phone or whatever. You had to go outside and you had nothing to do. You had to make up something.
Islam, I think there was a point when I was young, it would be hot outside. I didn't even realize how hot it was. I was just having fun.
Exactly. But now that we older, it's like, what? 90 degrees. But when you was younger, it's like, man, it's sun out.
I run around all day.
Come in the house, one time you come in the get something to eat.
Icy.
Yeah. Now, children who spend many hours indoors, aka school buildings, playing video games, viewing television, crowd participation.
Playing video games, viewing television, and using artificial light are deprived of sunlight. Sunlight deprivation results in an understimulated pineal, causing the child to grow up and become an adult with decreased reproductive function.
It's not one of them. So now right there, now they already know this because again, they started studying this stuff back in the 1940s. Now, of course, they use an example of a child. If you don't get enough sunlight, it damages their mind so they won't live up to their full potential as an adult. But now on the flip side, because these people who studied us, they use our own stuff against us. Because now you hear somebody get locked up, whatever, they do something wrong, they get thrown in a hole. They die in there for weeks, months, or whatever at a time. No sunlight. That starts affecting them. And of course, the lack of social contact, whatever, but part of that is no sunlight. Or then they put in artificial light, which is not benefiting them. And then, of course, they'll play all types of crazy music and sounds, whatever, which is really like torture. But it's destroying your penile gland in a slow process.
It's long.
Go ahead.
Is that what they mean when they say the penile gland is like calcifying? Like,
It's but that's sometimes I heard that when they use it with fluoride.
right.
Like a lot of stuff like toothpaste and everything is they say it's good to clean your teeth, but it has fluoride, but the fluoride that calcifies the penile gland. That's why even with water, summertime, drink water and you look on the ingredients, you see fluoride in it, and you drinking it, you disconnecting yourself from the universe, which is the penile gland.
It's long.
Go ahead.
In adult animals that have no reproductive organ, gonad, due to castration, the pineal gets small and pituitary gets large.
Pituitary.
Yeah, that's what it's all.
Pronounce that word right.
Yeah.
Pituitary.
It's, pretty much just in case, real quick. The gonad, that's pretty much your ovaries and testes. Go ahead.
Gets large. Sunlight deprivation decreases the stimulation of the pineal, almost similar to a castration state condition.
Islam. So you're not right there. Now, by cutting off the sunlight and things like that, you can also put that person on the same path as being castrated. So now right there, you see how it all ties in together. But they know this because they studied us. It's on us to study ourselves so we can get out of the situation that we in.
It's long.
Say the proclamation, get out the mess that we in. Of course, it helps to help pray and all that, meditate and all that. That helps stimulate yourself and wake you up or whatever. But still, it's so many ways that we gotta work and build and climb out the situation that we in.
It's long.
Go ahead.
Which causes one to conclude that the same effect happens with people. Pineal shrinks and pituitary enlargement. The understimulated pineal decreases or inhibits the reproductive organs, gonads, response to gonadotrophins.
Pretty much that's Islam. Gonad thing, that's just any group of hormones secreted by the pituitary gland which stimulates activity of the gonads. So pretty much like I said, so now once the penile is not producing properly, now the pituitary start acting up, so now your reproductive system start acting up. So already just by one person, you knock that person off, they square whatever, now you done took care of that whole line behind them. And if they don't know it, it's easy to take care of the ones that come after them. We're going to get into it a little bit. Go ahead.
This causes a decreased weight of the ovaries and testicles. The pineal gland increases sperm production and helps with female fertility. The pineal gland increases progesterone hormone made by the corpus luteum. Also, the pineal melanin secretions help produce melatonin.
So right there, pretty much they're showing just by taking a person out the sunlight, you're destroying their reproductive system. Now we know our people, we always been out in the open, we've been on the waters, we always live by streams, all this and that. Those who we always say like, oh, they came out of the caves or whatever. Now you get the idea like how ways that they not functioning properly. And that's why even to this day, whatever, they have a low birth rate. They dying faster than they being born.
of the body. It helps to control the circadian rhythm. The body has a circadian cycle rhythm for digesting food. Food ideally should be eaten from 12 noon to 7 p.m. Metabolized.
Says media. Press the volume. Says media. Media.
Food ideally should be eaten from 12 noon to 7 p.m. Metabolized into the blood from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. And from 4 a.m. to noon, the body is cleansing.
Islam. So now right there, even the scientific right there, now they use it from 12 to 7. That's when you should eat, give your body time to break down. Because, you know, we always heard like, oh, you shouldn't just eat your food and go lay down. And then, of course, you need your time for your body to cleanse. But we know here, we do Ramadan. So we cleanse on a regular. Even though personally I would say that I try to keep to a certain schedule and a few hours before I lay down, whatever I'm finished eating. So like I said, our body is healing. We got to give our body time to heal ourselves from all the poison that we ourselves is putting into it. Because we don't know no better. So now we eat their junk food and poison ourselves. Because like I said, but now you can't always remember, because what's this book we always read from, the Circle 7. Part of that symbol is healing, regeneration. That's within us. This is what Jesus, the path our brother Jesus was on. And didn't he say that what I do, all men can do?
Islam.
He done took it to the next level, whatever. But we still looking, trying to get our people to look within themselves to find Allah. We still trying to get our people to go eat the right foods. Go ahead.
The pineal gland secretion of melanin converts into serotonin, then melatonin. These hormones need darkness and sunlight to stabilize the rhythm of the body.
Islam. Now right there, of course, serotonin and melatonin. One needs darkness, one needs light. So once we have this natural rhythm, listen, we hear rhythm, man, you know that's us, man. We got that rhythm, whatever. But their job is to knock us off our rhythm, keep us off balance, get us off our square. But now, again, going back to 1946, when they started studying this melanin and everything, now fast forward, how many times you sitting there, or you in a pharmacy or whatever, or you got problems sleeping, here's some melatonin pills that help you sleep, that help relax you. Where do you think they got that from? From studying us, from our melanin that's in us. These people studying us and they build it, they making millions off of us, billions off of us. It's all better.
Sunlight deprivation destabilizes the circadian rhythm, causing seasonal affective disorder, known as SAD. This is.
Go ahead.
I almost talk up a little bit. They have a hard time hearing.
Oh, okay.
These hormones need darkness and sunlight to stabilize the rhythm of the body. Sunlight deprivation destabilizes the circadian rhythm, causing seasonal affective disorder. This is associated with abnormal melatonin activity. SAD, seasonal affective disorder, depression symptoms can be relieved with daily exposure to sunlight and to full spectrum artificial light bulbs and the use of melatonin supplement.
Islam. So pretty much this is going in on how sunlight, without the lack of sunlight, whatever, you can't produce your melanin at its fullest potential. If you can't produce this melanin at its fullest potential, whatever, you can't live up to your full potential. Like I said, they psychologically, chemically, as a matter of fact, this is chemical warfare. They breaking this down. Like I said, we don't have guns. Well, we do got guns and all that going on. But we don't have bombs and not right in our face, so people pay no mind or whatever. They're using that technology. Because nowadays, to the point now, we are poisoning ourselves. Because whenever we go out and eat this junk food and all this and that, this processed garbage and meat and all this and that, we poison ourselves. If we poison ourselves, now what happens? We rely on the Western, their way of medicine, which all that do is you start off with 1 pill, then 2 pills, and 3 pills, whatever. They making millions of dollars off of us, even though they know this stuff is killing us. But that's why, again, this is on us to uplift our people. Now let's go into the pineal gland itself. It makes what's called alkaloids. Alkaloids is an organic, meaning it's a carbon. Of course, what's the color of carbon? It's a carbon substance that reacts to salts. A salt is a chemistry.
They can't hear.
It's probably, what kind of phone you got?
They said they could barely hear them.
A salt in chemistry is a compound that created when acid and alkaline interact. Salts are used in the body to maintain stable nerves, water balance, digestive enzymes, hormones, control thickness of blood, pressure inside the cells. These salts are not to be confused with table salt. Because of course that table salt, that's the poison ones. They put us in there and that causes all types of negative reactions. It does the exact opposite.
The iodized one?
Yeah, sodium chloride, and of course chloride is a type of bleach. Again, we poison ourselves. Every time you put that salt in your food, you poison ourselves. But again, I was saying it's not that type of salt. I don't know if you remember before, I mentioned 13 essential mineral salts that the body needs. Of course, it was lined up with different type of astrology, depending what sign you is. Just a couple of them. Potassium phosphate, sodium sulfate, potassium chloride, and it goes on with each month or each sign or whatever, and of course, they all have different effects on the body. So of course, if you lacking one, say you go to that doctor and he checks you out in Western medicine, whatever. Yeah, you'll be all right. Yeah, just take this pill or whatever. But meanwhile, Eastern type of philosophy, like here, what is it? With potassium phosphate. Now this supports the nervous system, brain, and skin tissue. They may put you on some type of pills, like, oh, your brain ain't acting right, whatever, take this pill. Now you stuck on it for life. But someone else can be like, yo, to supplement that, take some alfalfa, some lima beans, some spinach, dandelion green, pumpkin, cabbage, and coconut. And boom, your potassium phosphate will come up and you'll be good. Your nerves and skin and everything start acting right.
Natural remedy.
See how they do us? But again, they learned this by studying us, and they're using it against us. But again, if you don't know yourselves, it's easy to get caught up in the illusions of the world. But that's why we come to the Moorish Temple of America to learn the truth.
That's right, Mazel. It's long.
Now, of course, let me see. Serotonin hormone, which he just went into. Serotonin hormones is essential. Of course, you need that for sunlight. So we have to have the proper balance of sunlight and darkness. Even when you sleeping, whatever, with the TV on, artificial light on, so you just not getting enough darkness, whatever, that will throw you off. That's why even like sometimes like me, I work crazy out there. One time, there's a point like I had to put a sleep mask on during the day, man, so I can get that proper sleep. But of course, melatonin also is made by the pineal gland, secreted into the blood. Of course, it goes in after sunset. It helps repair and build brain and nerve tissue. Melatonin helps with all brain and nerve damage diseases such as lupus, Alzheimer's, attention deficit, Parkinson, senility, memory loss, numbness, and tingling of nerves. So by now, studying the melanin and going into the breaking down the melanin, the melatonin, whatever, hey, this is how we can take care of these diseases. This is why a lot of these diseases I just mentioned, whatever, it's not really in our community. It's not like that. But now it's kind of on the rise, whatever, with age and all that. But what that's about, because we've been eating their poison. Our parents, our grandparents eating their poison, so now they start to suffer. They starting to break down themselves. We eating poisons.
And we stop going outside as much, man. So we're not getting that vitamin D that we need.
You got that, right? And even that vitamin D, they say, that's nothing. You go to the doctor, oh, you lacking vitamin D. Here, take these pills for the vitamin D. But if you don't have the vitamin K that help your body produce that vitamin D, you're wasting your time. But you don't spend that money on the vitamin D. That doctor's getting paid to tell you to take the vitamin D, but he ain't telling you like, yo, you need vitamin K so to help your body produce that.
It's long. I feel way more better when I come out from where I work in the tunnels.
Yeah.
I be like a little off. When I come outside, that sun hit me. It's just like, even when I was fasting, that sun hit me, like it just like was feeding me, you know.
That's what it is, man. Like I said, I told you like Superman, man. We charge up, man. That's Superman. That's us, man. They giving us the science or whatever, but we can't relate it. Can't put yourself in that situation. It's gonna definitely go over the head. Because of course now the melanin also helps maintain the circadian rhythm, which we went over many times, but I'm saying it again. Stimulates certain secretion of milk, contraction of the uterus, triggers puberty, increases electrical brainwave activity, regulates blood pressure, induces sleep, creates a feeling of well-being and joy. This is now when you got this again. When you say secretion of the milk, it sets off puberty, whatever. So now, of course, you take away the melanin production. Now you're messing up a child's reproduction system from young.
Wow.
You keep that child outside all day. He in front of that TV. He's playing video games. He ain't going outside like that. He's cutting off his melanin production. And right there, the reproduction system is starting to slow down. So now right there, by taking out that, especially like you do this to a man or whatever, we know a man, you can just go out there and plant seeds like nothing. You take out one man, just think about how many seeds you done stomp, prevented from being born right there.
Frequencies.
Hey, Mo,
Go ahead.
I was saying we got a question from Sheikah Linde L.
Okay.
The Moore asks, how does one restore memory?
How does one restore memory? A certain way you get to brain, like actually, you know what? Like, remember the old game Simon Says?
Mm-hmm.
I actually downloaded it. I got that back on my phone a couple of weeks ago. You sit there and you play around with that. That helps builds up your memory. That's working for me.
Brain teaser apps.
Yeah, the brain TV apps and things like that. But that old fashioned, remember as a kid, I remember Simon Says, you sit there and see how long you can do it, you're building up your memory. As far as exactly like what vitamin and minerals or whatever, I don't want to know the top, so I don't want to tell them the wrong thing. But that's what was working for me. Like I said, I just started playing Simon Says to get my memory up. I was garbage when I got back on that. Like, oh man, hold up, man.
Matcha, green matcha is good too.
You talking about the matcha tea?
Yeah. Assistant. Yes, I am. Sister Toon did a demonstration on that. It helps you focus more, a little more. Anything you do. Pause there. The sword is out.
But like I said, we're not saying that all this. I'm just going into like it's a war on us, and they're hitting us from so many different angles that we have to understand. But the wrong thing. Get myself together here. That we're looking at so many different things here. The way that they attacking us. Let's go this way. Someone's cut off. And of course, I'm leading on this. I'm building up to the melanin that they study so much that we understand what the positive of melanin is, whatever. But again, I'm going to go into how they use this against us. I don't know what time it is now. Oh, okay. I forgot to pull myself.
What is the potential of melanin? Organic chemists with
skip down. I know something's cut.
pardon, the portion of it is cut off. I'm trying my best.
Pardon, it's Russian.
Many other parameters, even before going into the lab to run experiments or by utilizing existing melanin's chemical structure, also allows us to make proposals and predictions as to its potential capabilities.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Melanin's potential capabilities are discussed in this section. Melanin can organize itself in other chemicals and show the potential to reproduce itself.
Islam. Again, melanin can reproduce itself. Part of our symbol, that circle 7, regeneration, healing. See how the prophet just how he put us back on track? It gets so deep. Go ahead.
This means that if a condition occurs where the ability to produce melanin is altered or reduced, melanin can take over, activate, and control mechanisms that are inactive to continue its production in the body. Melanin can also cause altered states of consciousness, such as those experienced in Black religious ceremonies, shouting, falling out, or speaking in tongues, improvisation or creation of jazz, high five, spiking the football, and dancing in the end zone, and telepathic communication.
Oh. So now right there, that melanin right there, see when you got that melanin and it, of course when you get in that, like, we get in that meditative state and your mind starts to elevate and the pineal gland and all that start working up, you see how they take it and the Christians, they get into the church and now they start feeling the ghost, the Holy Ghost, man. Now they start, oh, I see visions, I see this and that, and all this and that. I'm not saying they're not, but it's because of our melanin. We are the original people of all this. We created all these things. It's our melanin that sets us apart. It sets us above. It's facts, scientifically proven.
Islam, like that's crazy because a lot of times, they talk about how black people and their ability to create different things and how people, so-called white people would steal ideas and how we've been debating like hip hop and jazz and rock and roll and this and that. And we come to find out based on this article that it's melanin that force within us that allows us to tap into spiritual, spiritual degrees.
And of course, matter of fact, and they also say the telepathic ability there too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't forget that, telepathic abilities. Again, so now you cut down the person melanin, they evil geniuses.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Melanin granules are central computers and may analyze and initiate body responses and reactions without reporting to the brain.
Islam. Wow. So, pretty much, we all been through it. The reflexes, the way we do things. Why do you think we're so better at sports? Man? When a person, I always say like Jordan, whatever, he get in the zone or whatever. Any shooter, he ain't thinking about that. All right, I got to jump X amount of pound pressure and this and that, and I got to extend my arm. You get in that zone and you just do it. Man. Boxing, whatever. You get in a fight, whatever, you throw hands or whatever. You ain't thinking like, all right, I better duck, I better do this and that. Your body is just like boom, 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 boom. You taking care of it. Yeah. It's that melanin in this, man. Go ahead.
Melanin's ability to absorb light, sound, and magnetism causes the black human to show physical, mental, and chemical abilities or to behave culturally and socially like light, sound, music, and magnetism.
Islam, so right there, that melanin symbolizes civilization. We got the melanin, so we civilize the world, which we already know. But again, how we said, like, even use sound or whatever, sound stimulation. How many times you heard like an athlete or whatever, when they get out there on that field or they step in that ring and they hear that crowd roaring or whatever, that amps them up. And of course, we know we're the best at it, whatever we do.
Islam, even when we work out, like if you hear the right song, you could just go even past what you think you can do.
But the key thing, as long as you hear the right songs, though.
So vibrations. Yep. So the vibrations have impact melanin.
Islam. That's right. Vibrations, sunlight. That's why I said the right music. That's why again last week I used that Chappelle skit or whatever. Like I said, when he was in a barbershop, you play certain music, you get up and dance or whatever. They play some other music, the Latinos get up and dance, whatever, certain vibrations. They hit your body and you just kind of like, whoa, I gotta do something. That's how our parents and everything, they may be up there in age or slow down a little bit, but I guarantee you put on the right song from back in their day or whatever, like, let me get up and start dancing to this. That sound vibration hits them, they internalize it, boom. That energy.
Especially West Indian music. You go to West Indian party.
Oh yeah,
they rock out till the sun come up. Like they party like. You ain't tired? Like you ain't tired? Nah, the rhythm be kicking.
Go ahead.
Melanin essentially involved toward keeping the black human conscious and aware. Melanin is responsible for the existence of civilization, philosophy, religion, truth, justice, and righteousness.
Wow. Based on the melanin, man. So now, this is all the positive things about melanin, whatever. So now you gotta keep this in mind. Like, when you're looking at mirror, when you're looking at your brother and sister, whatever, because when man honors man, he honors a lot. But now you also have this other side. You gotta look at that. You look at them people who don't have that melanin in them. Not even talking about us, because we come in all different shades. We olive, so olive goes from tan all the way to black. But those who don't have the melanin, who pineal gland is calcified from the beginning, they lack all these things. Oh man, look at them, they ain't got no rhythm. Look at them, you try to get on there, they can't even do the electric slide, man. They sitting there messing up the whole lines. Like, yo, go sit down, man. Please. Go ahead.
Melanin is a civilizing chemical and acts as a sedative to help keep the black human calm, relaxed, caring, and civilized.
And he's just civilized, man. And of course, like I said, this caring, that's also to a fault, whatever. Sometimes we be too laid back, like, it's all right, it's all right. No, man, don't think that just everybody caring is in, we just gonna sit back, man. Because like I said, it even says justice and righteousness. We living in an unjust situation right now. That's why, you know what I'm saying, even though we sit here as teachers, whatever, but don't sleep, man. We're warriors, man. We got to be ready to step up to that challenge.
Islam.
Because I guarantee you, as men here, whatever, somebody comes and going to affect your family or breaking into your territory, aka your house of residence, whatever, you're going to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Don't sleep where Fez is and all that. Go ahead.
Individuals, whites, containing low levels of
Whoa, say that again. What?
individuals, whites,
But of course, we know white people, whatever. We all know about the white, black, and all this and that. But this person, who they still refer to him as white, but we understand the science of it. You know what we're talking about.
right,
Go ahead.
containing low levels of melanin will behave in a barbaric manner or create a society not conducive to blackness.
Whoa, man.
Behold, a body with no soul.
So now we understand this. So now we go back to their beginning because we was here first, and we can actually put a date on when they started. Of course, we always like, oh, those are the ones that came out of the cave or whatever. That Neanderthal, that / caveman, walk around with furs, and how they make that joke, bash women over the head and drag her home or whatever. We civilized people, we look at that like, oh, you animals, man.
Mm-hmm. Epstein.
Huh?
Epstein.
Exactly, man. They study the European, their ways of life and everything. They nasty, whatever. But of course, they try to glorify it. I don't know if you remember that old movie Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
He was a barbarian. He was just a big old brute, whatever, walking around with fur on it, but he was killing things and everything. But he was barbarian, man. These are savages, man. He didn't care about nobody. He would kill anybody at the drop of a dime, man. Barbarians. Low melanin. Go ahead.
Melanin can conduct electricity without offering any resistance to the flow of electricity. This is called superconduction.
Now right there, the superconductor right there, with the spine, at the top of the spine, where the base of the brain meets or whatever, that's the highest concentration of melanin. So now that right there, of course our spine, whatever, that's our information highway. With that melanin, it speeds it up. So somebody with low level melanin, pretty much they in the slow lane. We not even in the fast lane, we in that express lane. If you on 95, whatever, you got that extra, get in that express lane and you keep it moving. That's how we move on a normal level. And again, with that information, so things happening. That's why reflexes and everything's we're superior, physically superior. But if we don't know this and we don't practice this, just like anything, if you don't use it, it goes away. Go ahead.
People containing high levels of melanin or a high number of pigmented centers, such as the black human, will always show a positive test for the use of marijuana.
This goes indeed. Go ahead.
The chemical species found in the urine, which indicates someone's use of marijuana, is also found in the urine of black humans. These levels are always higher for blacks than whites. This may also be true for cocaine, amphetamines, and tranquilizers. Melanin regulates all signals from the external environment of the cell deep into the cell's inner structure, where information is processed and a response or action is delivered back to the external environment.
Islam. Now, right there, how it said, like, it's already in our system, whatever. A lot of things that's out there that's already in us, but the thing is, the level is so low. That's why you go for a drug test or whatever, they look and see if the level is high. So, of course, if the level's high, they go, you've really been using it. Islam.
So I got a question because, being that this is like being streamed on different Facebooks and all that, and it's public, I want to play Allah's advocate if you will.
Go ahead.
We won't never play devil's advocate, but I want to play Allah's advocate. And ask, what is the distinction between like how you're demonstrating versus like black supremacist ideology versus like white supremacist ideology? Like Europeans created eugenics and said based off of their genetics, they were superior. And it sounds like we're making the same claim. So what would distinguish the demonstration that you present on melanin versus a eugenics type of demonstration?
What proof do they have? I mean, they could say that they are superior, but what scientific facts say that they are superior to us? We have scientific facts from them, from our own scientists, that say that based off of this melanin, whatever, this is what makes us superior. And of course, like again, if you use sports or whatever, we advanced in them. They say this because, you know what I'm saying, that's their way of putting that illusion over our eyes. That's their way of putting us, making us look to them as they greater than what they are. Like I said, even with scientists, inventions, and all this and that, what did they really invent? All the things that we invented in this land right here, if they was to take it back or whatever, we would go into the dark ages. They just a master of going down there and putting it on paper. But what have they done? These eugenics, all white, we better. Better at what? Spreading chaos, lies, confusion, murder. It said right there, they barbarians, they got low melanin. It's scientific proven. Not me, their own scientist says this. Their own science says that. So that's on for them. Those who want to rely on eugenics, it's good to study it, whatever, because of course, you know, let's look over here, see what they say and everything. But of course, now let's look over here and see the other side. And then it's on you to decide what it is. Me personally, like I said, I've heard it. We all know them so-called white eugenics, what they say and all that. But this melanin thing resonates more with me. So I'm gonna go with this. Me personally, I'm gonna go with this.
Like they say Superman is like based off of melanin. Like, you know, they
It
call
is.
him Kal-El.
Kal-El.
He gets his powers
From
from
the
the
sun,
sun. But we
yeah.
know that people with pale skin is not conducive.
They get cancer.
Yeah.
They get cancer, they stay out in the sun. We go out in the sun, we just get a little darker. They get out there, they got to put all these chemicals on that help break down. It's chemicals, man, that we don't need.
They hid his name too. In public, he's Clark Kent,
Yeah,
but his real name is Khalil.
Yeah, he's an L.
exactly.
Yeah.
Almost that time. But the reason when he finished up, how we say like we got like cocaine and all this stuff in our system. How much time we have? 5 minutes. All right, let's go stop. What it is like? See now, these scientists, and again, we'll just go into these white eugenics and all that. You're right. So-called white. They studied us to the point now, like, all right, we understand the melanin, it does some great things. Now, how do we counteract that? Now, like you said, how we said with the cocaine and marijuana, this is stuff is natural. And of course, without melanin, because of course, when there's free like radicals flowing in your body, like say if a toxin get into your body, this melanin will try to leach onto it, not just like the white blood cells will try to get onto it and try to carry it away. And that's why you get your time body to regenerate. That's why you gotta fall back and sit yourself down for a little bit and let your body regenerate. They notice that this melanin is gonna cling on to other atoms, whatever. So now they flood us with drugs. They purposely put this in there. As far as cocaine or whatever, cocaine was, comes from the cocoa leaves or whatever. People in the Andes mountain, whatever, they've been chewing these leaves for thousands of years. Only bad thing, but they do it in small amounts, and they have no problem with quitting. They can be like boom, 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 boom. They can be doing it for months, days at a time, whatever. I'm good. Only bad thing about it, it rots their teeth. So now somebody, I don't know who it is, tweak their cocoa leaves or whatever and put it in its pure form and then put it out there into the public. And out of the public, people with higher melanin, we are twice as much to get addicted to these chemicals. So now, somebody takes these, of course, as we know, now somehow crack comes on the scene or whatever, hits our neighborhood, boom. Somebody knew that these people is going to get hooked on this and it's going to wipe them out.
That's deep.
They knew that this is going to mess with their melanin, whatever, and we're going to be able to take them out. Because, of course, just how we went into the melanin production, the reproduction system, all this stuff starts slowing down, and they wiped out generations. Wow. And we know what crack did to our neighborhood, whatever. The fathers gone, the moms on crack, and all types of crazy situations. They wiped out a generation because they knew of this chemical, whatever, that we introduced to this chemical, they're going to get hooked on it. Cocaine, crack, Ritalin, all these things, we are more addicted to it.
They've been trying to play God for a long time through science.
Well,
But they can never destroy it. It always backfire because it leaves our community, spills over to where it started from.
And that's what it is. Because now when you get into, like we was talking about before, it's like a capitalist, let me get money over this.
Yeah.
They start off with us because, you know what I'm saying, if you get us hooked on something or get us to buy something, whatever it is, it's we first, and then everybody else falls in line for the most part.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Look at that. Like we started with crack and everything, so now, okay, that crack, that died out and all this and that. So let's do a little tweak, this and that. All right, let's get this money. Oh, hit them with meth. We already know how this is going to, because we take them, it's like Brother Allah, who we was talking about yesterday, there was a demonstration, a documentary, I believe it was on Netflix, I don't know, still up, but talking about rats. Real quick, of course they had rats, you always put them in a situation. When there was food and the women was plentiful, they was all good. Rats was actually sharing food with each other. They cut down on the food and they started taking out the women. They started fighting over food, and the males, they started killing each other. Wow. Now, take that demonstration and now you put it into what they call the so-called ghettos, the projects, and all this and that. What happened?
Survival of the fittest, though.
Exactly, that's what it comes down to. But they know that. But now, it's our natural instinct, survival of the fittest. But now, when you add drugs into it, now the mind really ain't. So even just survival of the fittest, like I need that water or I need that female to reproduce or whatever. It's like, yo, I need this next high. If I gotta shoot you and go in your pocket, that's what I'm gonna do.
But they said the projects. People thought the projects meant the buildings.
Yeah.
It meant the people in them.
Exactly.
They was the project.
Exactly. Now, just how I was saying, how they did that with us or whatever. Now they doing with the meth. With them, it's a crisis. With us, it's like, oh, lock them up, put them in jail and all that. With them, it's a crisis. Let's send them to rehab and all this.
Same thing with the mass shooting. They want to pray for them, but when something happened on us, they want to put a label on it.
Yeah.
Terrorists or radicals and stuff like that. When it's them, it's mentally ill, stuff like that.
Exactly. Mentally ill.
Yeah.
They got a low vibration, low
melanin. Yeah.
That's what it is. And now they acting what we would consider irrational.